Hello, sixth graders. I hope that you're doing well. So today we're going to be starting our work on Criterion D, which is our evaluating part of our design process. And this is the last part of our design process and the last part of our project for the unit. So today and for the next week and the week after spring break, we'll be working on Criterion D. You will submit it all the week after spring break. Each day we will do another part of Criterion D. So today, all we're working on is the first task, so I will explain the first task to you, but I'll also explain how you will be turning things in during your work on Criterion D. So let's get started with what we're doing today. So today, you will be opening this template here. When you open this template, it will bring you to this document. You will save this document and you will not submit it until we finish all of Criterion D. So you are not turning this in today, but this is where you will complete your work for today. Again, this will not be turned in until after spring break. This whole document will not be turned in until after spring break, but you will be working on this and in this document for the next couple of weeks. So today you'll be working on task 1 of Criterion D. And to complete task 1 of Criterion D, you need to create a testing method for your product. So typically, this would mean that we were having our target audience interact with our product and use our product. But because we aren't in school and we can't do that with our target audience, which is the 3rd graders, you are going to have to measure the success of your design in a different way. And so we're going to do that this unit by creating a questionnaire, so a list of questions about your product, and get feedback from at least 3 people. So I'm hoping that you can use 3 people who live with you at home, but if you do not have 3 people who live in your house with you, you can always ask someone through email or through FaceTime or through Skype or something. So if you have, cousins that live somewhere else that you want to interview, or even another friend from school, that's fine. But I encourage you to just try and use the people around you to answer these questions. So you'll come up with a list of questions about your design. These questions could consider things like the aesthetics, so the colors, the materials, the shape, how it looks. You can ask about who do you think this is an appropriate toy for. So you can ask about the age level and the audience, getting some feedback on what people think it's for or who it's for. You can ask people if they want to use it or they would like to play with it. Any questions that you can come up with to ask about the success of your product, about it doing its job as an educational toy and fulfilling its standards it needs to fulfill to be aesthetically pleasing. That's okay. So you can choose any questions that you like. They just should be based around things like aesthetics and function and audience. You should come up with at least 4 questions. I say you have to have 4, but if you'd like to create a couple more questions, that's okay too. And then so you'll write your questions here, and then you will record your feedback from your audience here. So you can say, for example, that what person 1 says, person 1, person 2, and person 3. And then you can give each of their answers next to them here, okay? So that's how you can record the audience answers. So today, all you're doing is coming up with at least 4 questions to ask about your design. And then you will ask those questions to at least 3 people to get their feedback on them. And that means 3 answers for each question from 3 different people. And the people who are answering the questions should be able to look at and see your product. So if you decide to do ask someone a question who maybe doesn't live with you, then you have to either send them pictures or show them the design in some way so that they can give feedback based on what they see. So that's what you're doing today. To submit and complete your work for today, you again will not be submitting this document. You will be using this document here. So to submit your work for Criterion D each day, I will be giving you a document similar to this. So let's open it real quick and take a quick peek. What you will do in these documents, you will show your evidence for the specific task that you completed on that day. And you will do that by taking a screenshot of the work you did in your design journal and then inserting that here. So imagine that I have finished all of this. I will take a screenshot of it, take a screenshot, boom, and then I will insert that photo into my document and turn it in on Google Classroom. That will be how you turn in your work for each day that we work on Criterion D, because if you submit this design journal to Google Classroom, you will lose access to it. So in order to show me that you're staying on task and doing your work each day, you will only submit photos. So whenever we move on to task 2 on Wednesday, you will do the same thing there, and I'll give you directions for that there. So today, all you're doing is task 1. You're finishing task 1. You are coming up with at least 4 interview questions about your design, about your educational toy or game, and then you are getting feedback from at least 3 people. Remember, it's okay if you weren't able to finish the entire design. You're just going off of what you were able to finish, okay? You will not be, your grade won't be lessened because you didn't finish the whole product, but you still need to do this as best as you can. So even if people say to you it doesn't look finished, that's okay. Record that honest feedback over here, and it's better to just be honest. So work with what you have finished, okay? Record the answers to what you have, create questions about what you have finished, and record the answers about what you have finished as well. Everything else is gonna be okay. So finish up today with your questionnaire, the answers, taking a photo of what you finished, putting it in this document, and submitting it, and that is your work for today. Good luck. Email me or make a comment if you have any questions about this, and I will talk to you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.